What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports podcast with your boy Coach Mario, and I got the Don over here. What's going on today, man?
What's good, man? What's good, y'all? Come holler at your hometown sports podcast. We just pretty much, it's not even an episode. It's just like, I guess, a special discussion that we just gonna have tonight about Falcons, probably Falcons Twitter. So,
Yeah, we had to come on and discuss some recent developments. We'll jump right into it. Um, Grady Jarrett. We tagged him. We weren't able to work out a deal. We still can't work out a deal. As what, like March 15th or something like that. We have to set the rosters. So we tagged him non-exclusive. Uh, he can negotiate with another team. If they sign him, they'll have to give us two first round picks. Um, I'm I'm fine with it because we have to get the deal worked out. We're gonna pay him. I don't have any problem with the amount he's asking for because the market sets, and he could get that on the open market. And if you're never gonna pay your players, you're never gonna keep anybody. What you think, Don?
I agree with you. There's a lot of people out there who just upset and ready to, crucify Thomas Dimitrov about, well, how we just tagged him? Why can't we just let Vic walk or cut Vic and we could have just paid Grady Jarrett? First off, we don't even know how much Grady Jarrett's asking for. Okay, you can't just expect a top five defensive tackle in the league, and yes, I said it, top five defensive tackle in the league to get paid peanuts. All right. If you
Yeah.
want if we want Grady Jarrett here, we don't have to pay him. And negotiations have been going on since last year. So the tagging him, it buys us time to negotiate something. And I feel like something will get done sometime this summer. Because after the June 1st cuts, like the June 1st deadline, as far as cap and stuff goes, we're gonna be getting rid of some players. Like, and that's gonna free up money for Grady, a player like Grady Jarrett to get his money, and probably Julio Jones. And now they talking about trying to extend Deion Jones.
If you look at it like this, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out who's performing better, Vic or Grady, Vic Beasley or Grady Jarrett. We'd all say Grady, correct? Well, if you're gonna pay Vic Beasley 12.8, how much do you think you have to pay Grady? I mean, just use common sense. So people, I mean, not even, we'll take the big Vic Beasley equation out of it. Just talking on Grady. If you're mad that Grady's going to get 12 to 15, like I said, if you're never going to pay your players, you're going to end up with a bunch of young players. And every time it's time for them to reach their second contract, you're not going to keep them if you're not going to play them. Uh, you know, being upset about the Vic Beasley thing, of course, I understand that. But being mad at Matt for making 20 or Vic or Grady for asking for 14 to 15, that's what the market that's what the market generates. If your job would pay you 100,000, you wouldn't go in there and ask for 50. If you could get 100, why would you? So don't expect NFL athletes to do the same thing,
Exactly.
or any athletes in any. Yeah. So um, I want to talk about. I don't know if you saw Von McClure's tweet where he alluded to that two Falcons might retire. I've been
Yeah,
wrapping my head
that's
around that. Yeah,
Ryan Schrader, and Brandon Fusco.
those are the two that come to mind. But that's interesting. But we're pretty sure, like we talked about March 15th, we're pretty sure we're going to see at least a couple more roster moves before March 15th, and roster moves some guys not being on the team is what I think.
Yeah,
Schrader seems to be a popular name being thrown around.
yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah,
Like I said, going back to the Grady Jarrett situation right now. It just have everybody just panicking and thinking that, oh, well, we're not gonna do anything, and they gonna end up letting him walk, and gonna they're gonna keep Vic Beasley. Like they just picked up Vic Beasley's 5th-year option. Okay, and I tell people this here all the time about Vic Beasley's not worth it, and Vic Beasley trash. I don't consider Vic Beasley trash. He just need to work on some of his pass rushing moves.
He has to be used correctly. We have
Yes,
to use him correctly.
we got to use him correctly. Like you line him up, in 5 tech. It's not gonna work. Okay, that's just my opinion. He's
Never.
not. He's not a strong side defensive end. Your normal size, the strong side defensive ends is anywhere between 280 or 290, or probably bigger than that. Big B is like 250 pounds.
Yeah,
So
I
we and people got to understand too. He had a lot of snaps last year. The reason why he had a lot of snaps last year is because we didn't re-sign Clay. Okay, Clay went to New England. We thought Terrell McClain was gonna come in here and play strong side DN and D tackle, and we saw what McClain pretty much brought disappointment. All right, we had to pretty much move Crawford from D tackle to play strong side DN. Y'all look this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. Like, shouts out to the real Pat Man on Twitter. And yes, he's one of the grounders, one of Lieutenant Dan's followers. Like, he gives you this stats. He gives you this stuff on DVO8. All right, this stuff is there. Like, I'll try to find a chart and I'll post it onto the FILA Sports Podcast Twitter page. It's on there. All right, it's there. Vic Beasley had a ton of snaps last year. Too many for his position.
I believe the best way to use Vic would to be when we want to go 5-man pressure. You go a 4-3 look, and you allow Vic Beasley to rush is like an outside linebacker type. Outside of a DN, I think he could be used like that effectively. And I think when teams get into their 4 wide package, with no tight end, I think we could go 3 down linemen, like a 1 tech, 2 5 techs, and still let Vic rush from a 7 or something like that. I think if you use him like that, where he can use his athleticism and not just because I told Josh today on Twitter, I'm just assuming. I'm thinking that Vic doesn't use the move where he loops back inside or he goes underneath because he has a contained rush. So I'm assuming that he has contained too. So he's not using that move dip back inside because he has contained. If he doesn't have contained, I don't understand why he doesn't use the counter. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt of why he's not using the counter move.
But you also got to use him in the right situation.
Yeah.
If you using him on first downs, look at me, look. If you using him on first downs, that's stupid. Use your common sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
double tight. They got double tight. They in wishbone. You got Vic Beasley.
You use him on first downs, okay, and you use him on you use Vic Beasley on second and long and third and long.
Passing down.
All right. Passing downs that they know you're gonna pass. That the other team's gonna pass. You put him out there. All right. You don't put him down there in 3 and short. Or second and 2.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that because they're gonna run. They're gonna run. He's not good at stopping the run.
Yeah.
He's not. But the problem, and I'm gonna get tired of people who keep saying that. Oh, the problem with our defense is Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley, the main reason. No. Was he effective last year? No, he wasn't. All right, but y'all got to stop blaming all of the problems on Vic Beasley. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with our defense is we were horrible on stopping the run. Let's call a spade a spade. We cannot stop the run. This is how you win games.
Run the
This
ball,
is
stop the run. That's
right.
my motto. You know, I live by
Yes,
it.
stop the run on
And
defense.
run the ball.
Offense, run the ball.
Man,
If
I,
you cannot do that, you're not going to win. That's look. Whoever played, and I'm pretty sure people listen to this played football, pee wee football since they was what 4 or 5 years old. All right, that's football. Listen, that's football 101. Like when you play Pop Warner or Pee Wee football, you gonna the offenses. They what they do? Run the ball, right? Because you don't have quarterbacks that at that age that
and
can throw the ball like that.
old linemen don't protect the quarterback like that to give him time to throw when you're little.
Yeah, exactly. So you running the ball all the time. You running the ball. That's foundational football right there. Is to run the ball.
Man, it's years ago when Brian Billick was coaching the Baltimore Ravens. I heard him say, this is back when Jamal Lewis was running the ball there. I heard him say one of the most interesting points of football I've ever heard. And Brian Billick said, in the NFL, you'll never be successful if you can't run the ball in December. And he said, in December, especially in where we play at, the weather's bad. So if you think you're going to come out here and your quarterback is going to throw 30 passes down the field and throw for 400 yards, it's not going to happen. Where we play at, you have to be able to run the ball in December. Man, you think about that. And when he said that, I was like, wow, you think about all the teams from the Northeast,
Yeah.
all the teams that play outside. He's right. Like if you're not able to run the ball in December in out here, you'll never be successful. And I was like, man, that is super like my motto, football, run the ball, stop the run.
Yep.
We had another development involving the defensive line with the Falcons. The Wiz kid, your boy Jess Simpson, local Coach Buford to umpteen titles, then some kind of way made the jump from Buford High School to D-line coach of the Falcons, and some kind of way a month or two later was whisked down to Miami, has been down there coaching their D-line, and now he's back coaching the Falcons D-line. Brian Young stepping down. Uh, a lot of people had stuff to say about that. I saw that Vic is the coach killer. I don't know. From what I read, Brian Young wants to spend some time with family.
I think his son, I guess he had a son that's ill or whatnot. But
I read
like
that.
I hate when people try to like reach for stuff.
Yeah,
If the man want to spend time with his family, let the man spend time with his family.
yeah,
Like, yes, we love this sport, we love the game, but at the same time, family first. We don't know what's going on. We can all speculate right now, and I just wish him the best, and I hope his son, have a speedy recovery.
yeah.
But if he's not all, if a person's not all in it, why keep him on the staff?
Yeah.
You know,
Like, he made a decision that's correct for him. Like I said, we wish him well. But hopefully Jess Simpson can come in here and give these guys a boost, a jolt of energy or something like that. And hopefully the train keeps on rolling or starts rolling, however you want to say it.
yep.
um, so one thing that we didn't talk about a couple. I don't know if we ever talked about. We signed Bleedy back as the fifth cornerback, fourth or fifth cornerback. I don't think we ever talked about that, so he'll be back. Mainly in a special teams role, I'm pretty sure.
What you
But
say now?
we resigned Bleedy for our fourth or
Wilson,
fifth
yeah.
cornerback and special teams role. So we didn't
And
touch
I
on
think
that.
that's a huge that's a huge deal right there because we have True, Oliver, KZ, and Wilson. And Wilson, he did well when he came out there, as a dime back, you know. So it's what really I'm not saying what more can you ask for, but like that's like kind of the best you can get in that position because normally we don't really run dime packages like that. Rarely.
Yeah. But like we said, these next 9 days should be interesting. Next roster adjustments are March 15th, people. So we're assuming that we're going to lose a player or two, but like I said, these next 9 days will be interesting, and keep your Twitter open to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen?
Like I said, we can all predict right now. People, saying this and that, or oh, I'm done with the Falcons, and oh, this is a dumb move, and like let us get through the draft first. All right, draft night. I'm just gonna call it like it is now. Draft night is gonna piss a lot of people off. It really, but guess what? It's gonna be like 2016 all over again. Because 2016 draft, it pissed a lot of people off. And guess what happened that year? We had rookies from round one, Neil, all the way up to like round six or whatnot. Out there playing ball.
Even Poole, who came in as an undrafted free agent,
Exactly.
he played some quality ball here at times for us.
Exactly.
Came in the same class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We drafted Neil. We drafted Deion Jones. We drafted Hooper.
Yep.
We also drafted what Schweitzer, which he didn't really play that much. And I believe did we draft? Yeah, we drafted Campbell as well.
Yep. Yep. DeAndre. Yep.
So it's gonna be one of those drafts. This I feel like this draft right here is gonna pretty much make up for the mistakes that Quinn made in 2015. With the Jalen Collins and the other players we tried to like develop, and they had their own problems, and and also Rasheed Hagman. We've been trying to find Rasheed Hagman's replacement for the past couple of years, and they haven't worked. We tried Poles costed too much money. We tried McLean, and we saw how that happened. So we really go how to draft a D tackle in the first round. Now they may shock us, and they may get a guard. Like I said, we don't know. We don't know if it's true. If Brandon Fusco go retire, then that right there is going to leave two guards. A hole for two guards, a need for two guards.
Well, I'm just going to, uh, I'm just going to end by saying I don't like the move with Vic, but at the same time, I'm a fan, so I'm going to support. I'm going to root. I do think Vic will have a better season than last year because I just don't think he could be worse. Personally, I don't think he could be worse. So I do think the season will be better. I think 3.5 sacks. I think he'll get 6 or 7 at least. I don't think he could get 3.5 again if he tried. So I do think he'll be better.
And also, we don't know what Vic is trying to do this offseason. All right. Now, I did reach out to Chuck Smith today, and I also asked him, hey, because he wanted to go on Carl Dukes or whatever show that was and talk. I said, hey, you're more than welcome to come on this show and talk. Anytime you want to talk about Falcon business or what you think about Vic Beasley or Pat McKinley or Grady Jarrett, anybody on this D line, you come on.
I've been to Chuck Smith camp before. Yeah, I mean not participate, but I've seen it. How to participate, but I've been there and witnessed it before him doing one of his teaching sessions. You can imagine who went to. You already know. Yeah.
But I guess he got something to say about the matter of Vic and Tack.
Yeah.
He speak highly on both of them. But like I said, we don't know what's going on in Flower Branch. We don't know what's going on with these players, how they want to develop. Because here's the thing: from Vic Beasley, we pretty much got his 50 options. All right, 12.5 mil. Now, whatever performance he do this year, either that number is going to go up as far as him getting re-signed, or he decides he just want to go play for another team, or that number's going to go down. So this year is make or break for Vic Beasley, not for the Atlanta Falcons, but for Vic Beasley.
Yeah, anytime you're in a contract year, every guy, anytime you're in a contract year, of course, yeah.
Now I try to tell people like we don't know. Like I can sit up here and
Kiki's an
say
upside.
he gonna ball out, or I can sit up here and say, well, he gonna have the same thing. But the problem with a player like Vic Beasley, you have to have a supporting cast for him to be great. If you
Kiki's
do
an
not
upside.
have, if you do not have the other role players on that D line that's generating pressure as well, then Vic Beasley is not going to get those 15.5 sacks like he did in 2016.
Yeah.
You got to realize all those players we had on that line in 2016. We had Freeney, we had Grady Jarrett, Jordan Babino, we had Brooks Reed, Shelby, we had who else we had? Who else we had on that line?
Claiborne.
Clay, yeah, we had
Yeah.
Clay,
Yeah.
Courtney Upshaw. We had
Yep.
all those players. We had that was a solid veteran like D line right there. Fast forward to now to this past season, like you really didn't have anybody outside of Tack and Vic. Tack Vic and Jarrett. Jarrett was hurt a couple of games. Tack was hurt a couple of games. You know, what Shelby always stayed hurt these past couple of years. I don't know why the word brought him back. Terrell McClain, he just pretty much came and collected a check. And Deidre or not, he was learning. Like, what else? What else do you guys want to ask for out of Vic? You know, I'm not defending. Like I said, I'm not defending Vic because I know a lot of people come on here and sit up here and try to throw stones at me and say Vic is trash. And like, I get what you're saying. I really do. But at the same time, like you got to understand why he struggled and why everybody else on the D line struggled too.
Talent gap.
Yep.
All right. What we got coming up Sunday for him, man? Might well let them know.
Well, remember we not recording Sunday. We
That's
got
right. Coming back. Yeah.
yeah, we got JT coming on Monday. Monday night talk about Braves baseball. So y'all stay tuned in.
Uh, Between now and then, make sure you send us any sports related questions. Of course, always the hometown questions because you holla at your hometown sports podcast. But get your Braves questions in so we can ask an expert while we have them on. Baseball guy, anything you want to know, send them to a Twitter and we'll answer your questions on the show. What's up, man? You got anything?
That's all. Y'all have a good rest of the week. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Monday.
All right. Out.
All right.